Kiwi is not that obvious flavour that anyone thinks about when it comes to cocktails. However, I'm all about giving you inspiration to help you make and create your own fun cocktails. That's all I ever say. Take my recipes, riff off them, make them exactly whatever you fancy, but just use them as pure inspiration. This will work, obviously, for Monin's Kiwi Syrup. That's what the whole video is about. You could, of course, muddle down fresh kiwi with a bit of sugar and you've got virtually the same thing. There are Kiwi Purees out there as well that you could use. So feel free to use this as pure Kiwi inspiration. I've got 3 different bases. We've got rum, we've got gin, and we've got tequila in there, but with a bit of coconut. So cocktail number 1 is an easy, low faff, low maintenance gooseberry and kiwi mojito. Absolute banger. Ingredients, we've obviously got Monin's Kiwi Syrup. We've got, it's just some ODK pure pour lime juice. You've seen this many, many times on this channel. Now, you could, of course you could make this with rum. You could, if you wanted to, make this with vodka, or even an apple vodka, or a vodka and an apple liqueur, or a rum and an apple liqueur. Lots of inspiration. But as I say, I am all about giving you inspiration. Drinkstuff is serving inspiration. Whitley Neill's Gooseberry Gin. Gooseberry and kiwi, amazing. So I just want to give you that. Even Whitley Neill's Quince Gin is a banger with this, with kiwi. It just works. Again, more inspiration. You could go soda water. Of course you could. I'm just going for a bit of Fever Tree's Mediterranean Tonic. It just sets those flavours off tree. And I've got some fresh mint out of my garden. So as I said, easy, low faff, no muddling. We're just going to make it straight in a glass and stir. Ingredient number 1 is Monin's Kiwi Syrup. Adjust to your own personal taste, but I'm going for 15ml, 1/5, half an ounce of this Kiwi Syrup. Ingredient number 2 is my lime juice. Yes, by all means, you muddle down a fresh lime. That will give you roughly equivalent. But for this, I'm just going for that because it's easy. It's cheap as chips as well. And it is 100% lime juice. I'm going for 30ml, which is 1 ounce of lime juice. Ingredient number 3 is my gooseberry gin. As I've said, rum works, vodka works, whatever. Go for your life, experiment, get inspired, and let us know what you're going to use instead. But I promise you, this is my favourite, closely followed by the Quince, Whitley Neill's Quince Gin. But we're going for a 60ml double bubble of this. So there we go, gooseberry gin. Now I'm just going for my fresh mint. So depending on the size of your mint, I always say if you've got decent mint like that size, my garden mint's awesome. I just want 8 mint leaves. But if you've got slightly smaller mint, just pick them off. You want about a 10 to 12 mint leaves. But this size, 8 decent mint leaves. What have we got? I've lost track. Probably I've got 10 knowing me. But here's the magical ingredient. It's what you do. Have a little smell. Oh, it smells good. Now spank the mint. Now smell it. That just brings all the aromas to life, and that's what you want. Don't muddle your mints. So just pop them in the glass, and then we're just going to finish off with our final ingredient. This is Fever Tree's Mediterranean Tonic Water. I thought this was a lovely tryst. If you want to use soda water, be my guest. I would say I normally don't recommend lemonade or anything like that because they will be a bit too sweet because you've got sugar syrup in there as well. But for this, again, up to you, depending on the ice. I always start off with about 60ml of my mixer. So the same amount to alcohol. That's normally what I go. But feel free to add a bit more if you want to. Let's just do it. My general rule of thumb is use a bit more if you're using cubed ice, use a bit less if you're using crushed ice. Crushed ice will melt quicker and dilute, and the ice is about the dilution into cocktails. So I'm just going to add, just for now, 2 or 3 cubes of ice. Take your long bar spoon and we're just going to give it a churn, give it a stir, combine all the kiwi flavours, the gin, the mint flavours into the cocktail. I always top up with a bit of crushed ice. Crushed ice makes our mojitos look pretty. Then the final touch is another sprig of mint, back of your hand to awake the aromas. That goes in. Have a little taste. If it's not sweet enough, just add a bit more kiwi syrup, and that's all it'll be. But that is the kiwi and gooseberry mojito. Cocktail number 2 is a very, very simple Kiwi Caipirissima. Almost a daiquiri. I'm just serving it up over crushed ice, caipirinha style. It's Caipirissima because the rissima refers to the rum. If you want to use cachaça, you've got a caipirinha. If you want to use vodka, you've got a caipirosca. Very, very simple 3-ingredient cocktail. Again, no faff. You don't have to kind of muddle down a lime if you don't want to. So just those 3 simple ingredients. I also think for pure inspiration, coconut rum works a treat for this. Coconut and kiwi, it really does work. So very, very simple. You could shake this cocktail down. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to make straight in the glass. And the thing with caipirinhas and caipirissimas and all that, they are slightly different to the mojito and daiquiri in that, and they go normally equal measurements to lime to sweetness. Whereas the mojitos, the daiquiris, they kind of go 2, 1/2, 2 parts alcohol, 1 part citrus, 1/2 a part sugar. So for this, 15 ml, 1/2 ounce of my kiwi sugar. Syrup, I should have said. Next ingredient is my lime juice. And again, equal measurements, 15 ml, 1/2 ounce of this, which would roughly be normally about 1/2 a lime. Then your third ingredient for a Caipirissima is your rum. Yes, go Bacardi. Yes, go Havana if you want to go rum, proper out and out rum. This is kind of my own personal favourite. White rum is kind of what I use. As I said at the top, coconut rum is an absolute banger in here. Go crazy. Flavoured vodkas. Flavoured gins. Just go crazy. Get inspired. But you want a 60 ml double bubble of that, and that just goes in the glass. Now, as I say, you could shake down, but I'm just going to swizzle up effectively. So plenty of crushed ice in your glass. Take your bar spoon or a swizzle stick if you've got one, and just give it a good churn. If you've got a napkin, if you're doing it in a bar or a pub, get a napkin over the top as well. Top up with even more crushed ice. Get a nice mountain on top. And then to garnish, I've got some of ODK's dehydrated limes. You could go kiwi, of course you could. I'm just trying to keep this cheap as chips and hassle-free for you. So we've got a little lime on top. Now for the third cocktail, the reason I didn't go coconut in the last one is because coconut is coming out to play this time round. So ingredient, this is a kiwi and basically a kiwi to Paloma in that case, so tequila based. So I've got my Monin Kiwi Syrup. I've gone for just a Blanco tequila. Now, regulars to my channel will know that I have actually got a coconut tequila up there. I could use that, but I want it to be generic for you guys. So just your favourite Reposado, Blanco tequila, whatever you fancy using. I've got some coconut liqueur here, Malibu. Coconut rum, it's coconut liqueur. So we've got that nice vibrant there. You'll all add that. We've got some lime juice and we've got some Ting grapefruit soda. Lilt will work with this. Levi Root in the UK, Levi Root's Caribbean Crush will work with this, with little pineapple notes in there if you wanted to. San Pellegrino, I've got Pompelmo, I think it's called. Feel free, but the whole Paloma thing is kind of like tequila and grapefruit. Now I'm going to shake this cocktail up. You could make it directly in a glass, of course you can. This would almost be a good one as well in a jug. Kind of coming up for summer, this would be a cracking one in a jug. So the first ingredient I'm going to go for is my kiwi syrup. And again, 15 ml, but please adjust it to your own palates. I know my palate, 1/2 a shot is perfectly fine for me. If you want more, add more. Now, ingredient number 2 is my tequila. Those regular followers to me personally, if you've got Cazcabel coconut tequila, use 60 ml of that. I'm going for a split base for this one. I'm going 30 ml for this. But again, if you want to dial it up a bit, if you want to go 45 ml, again, be my guest. You are in charge, not me. I'm just here to give you pure inspiration. That's all. Fun inspiration. So 30 ml, 1 ounce of tequila. Right, everyone's favourite coconut liqueur, whether they admit to it or not. This is Malibu. As I've just said, I'm going split. So 30 ml of this. So 1 ounce of Malibu coconut. Then my final ingredient before the shake is just some lime juice. And again, 15 ml, 1/5, 1/2 ounce. Perfect. So now I'm just going to ice up my cocktail shaker and give it a good hard and fast shake for 10 to 12 seconds. Proper welly. Go. Right, when you're out of breath, you are ready to add your Ting. And I'm just going for 60ml, a double bubble of that. If you want to add a bit more, again, be my guest. So 60ml, 2 ounces of Ting grapefruit soda. So then to serve up, you could of course do a dirty dump or a shake and dump. Just use that ice that you've already got in there. Of course you can. There's no law to say you can't. I'm just going to be all proper and I'm just going to strain over fresh ice. Basically that ice is a lot cold. This ice is already melted. That's why we use fresh ice. There we go. Perfect. Either add a bit more ice. I've got a little bit of crushed ice there if you want. If you want to fill it up. If you don't worry about it. But I just filled it up because I want to garnish with a dehydrated grapefruit because I think that'll be perfect. Just sit on top. If you want even more Monin cocktail recipes, dive into one of the videos or playlists that's popping up right there. As always, if you like the recipes, big old thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss any of our future content, make sure you subscribe to the channel.